She's a rising young star in the filmmaking industry, and as a writer and director, she's setting herself apart in the world of short film. I'd like to welcome the director of Egg Baby and Shadow Man, two films featured in this year's festival, Nadine Truong. Welcome, Nadine.
Hi.
Great to have you here today.
Thank you for having me.
So Nadine, I've discovered that you actually went to school for anthropology. How did filmmaking fall into the mix?
Well, I started in anthropology. The thing that I loved about anthropology is really the fact that you go back in time, you discover biology,
Sure.
evolution, all that stuff. And it's basically sort of how I feel about film too. I really enjoy all sorts of arts, performance arts. I really enjoy painting and photography and storytelling and writing and all that. So film was really the natural way to go for me after having majored in anthropology.
Yeah. Telling a different story, right? As you were saying earlier. And you have two films.
Yes.
They span a different genre. We have Egg Baby, Shadow Man, completely different. Tell us a little bit about those. Egg Baby.
Egg Baby is a dramedy. It's a coming-of-age story, really. It's about it's a teenage girl, an Asian American high school Catholic schoolgirl who basically is just growing up and goes through the growing pains of adulthood and falling in love and being awkward with her parents, talking about sexuality and all that stuff. And I think it's a time in your life that is difficult.
Sure.
It's
growing pains from adolescence.
Very, very difficult. But it makes for such a great story to tell comedically too, because there's so many different misunderstandings and different points of views, coming from different people.
Sure.
So it's my dab into comedy.
Sure.
Done.
It's a hard topic to talk about, especially with your parents. And we actually have a clip of that, of Egg Baby. We're going to go ahead and show you that clip now.
I know. It looks like a moose, but it's a beautiful thing.
Looks like an alien.
It's a vagina, idiot.
This is your womb. I want everyone to bring in an egg to call their own. You'll be responsible to treasure and to care for it.
Oh, Christ.
Liz, do you have something you want to say?
Nope.
Somebody please get the lights on the way out.
Awkward. Yeah, so I mean, taboo, the topic of sex, is that something, would you say, applies to the Asian culture especially?
No, I think it just goes per household and
Sure.
per individual, some parents are very comfortable teaching their children about sex and sexual practices, and others, I don't think it's specifically an Asian thing. It's just that is my own experience and that of my co-writer at the time, Christine No. It's, this is our story,
Sure. And it's so intriguing too, because again, this is short films, and I tell you, I watched the entire film. It's like a 12, 13-minute film, and I wanted to see more. I wanted to see what happened in her life. I mean, do you kind of feel that as a filmmaker also? You kind of want to keep on telling the story?
I want to keep on telling different aspects of different stories. Sometimes they happen to be mine. Other times it's somebody else's story, but I connect to it in some way. I tend to make films that are about family or family relations or the breakdown of family relations. And that's not necessarily like what's happening in my own life, but it's something that I can relate to a lot. So.
And like I said, your genres or your interests really span a broad dramedy to really deep, in-depth issues. Shadow Man, it's a very deep movie.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, Shadow Man is a story of a South Vietnamese man during the Vietnam War time, and he goes and leaves his wife and unborn child to join the Americans in the fight against communists. And during that time, he actually is witnessing atrocities from both sides. And he comes back home a very broken man with a lot of trauma. And when he comes home, he has trouble relating with his wife, basically.
And we have a clip of Shadow Man right now. We're going to go ahead and roll that clip now.
Em phải đi.
Em không thể đi mà không có anh được.
Em nghe nói nè,
Anh ở nhà với em đi anh.
ngày mai em phải trở lại đơn vị rồi. Người Mỹ họ cần sự giúp đỡ của anh.
Nhưng mà em cũng cần anh vậy. Con cũng cần anh vậy.
Với lại anh không muốn sau này con anh là một thằng
Nhưng mà anh
hèn.
đâu có biết đánh giặc đâu.
Anh chỉ làm thông dịch cho họ thôi.
This one really touches at heart. I mean, you have to go out and see this film. Shadow Man, if you're going to go out to the Asian Film Festival, I'm sure there's a bunch of films you could see, but Shadow Man, you got to see this one. We appreciate your time so much, Nadine. Thank you for coming on.
Thank you so much for having me.
All right. Well, still to come on Shades of San Diego, we'll introduce you to another young rising star in the making and with local ties to the San Diego community. We'll be right back.